Good day, counselors, and welcome to our Counselor Roundup. Although it's a little bit different in presentation style, I still want to connect with you all and share with you what opportunities we have for your students, what changes we have made due to COVID-19, and how we can better serve your community and your high school students. So my name is Logan Nero. I am the Director of Recruitment here at Connors State College, and this is a different setup this year for the new counselors coming in and for our continuing counselors. But we want to let you know that as far as connecting with you, we are still open to coming into your high schools and sharing information about the college opportunities and things that we have going on. I want to get started today by kind of letting you know how this is going to lead into knowing information about Connors State College. So we have Dr. Ramey, the president. He is going to give you a warm welcome. I have John Norwood. He is the registrar and is in charge of admissions. He's going to share detailed information about application process and how your students can do concurrent enrollment. I have Maddie Keys. She's going to cover financial aid and Regent scholarship information. I have Dr. CHRISTLE. She is in charge of the foundation scholarships. And then I have Ms. CHRISTINA O'Connor in charge of TRIO, and ROCHELLE, VANOVER, who is in charge of our campus engagement and activities. So once again, we are excited to share information with you all. And although this is a different scenery, we are still excited to get this year 2020 kicked off with you.
Hello. For those of you that I haven't had the opportunity to meet, my name is Ron Ramey, and I have the privilege of serving as president of Connors State College. And on behalf of the Connors family, welcome you to this virtual counselors roundup. The purpose of this event over the years has been to thank you for your service to your students, and also to tell you all of the great things that we have going on here. We are disappointed that we weren't able to host you on campus, but we understand that your world is as upside down as ours is at the present time, and we all have our hands full trying to provide the best education that we can for each of our students. Throughout the rest of this event, you're going to hear from folks talking about our different services, our tremendous academic programs, competitive teams, and a host of other opportunities for your students to learn and to grow. What I hope comes out as you're listening to these folks is their passion for student success. I myself am a product of this great institution, and I'm starting my 31st year as an employee. One thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to surrounding our students with as many people who care about their success as they do. So in closing, I want to wish you a safe and productive school year, and please don't hesitate to let us know if we can be of any service. Take care.
Hi there. For those of you that don't know me, my name is John Norwood. I'm the registrar here at Connors State College, and I'm sure that I've had a lot of interaction with a lot of you already. And I know that I speak not only for myself, but everybody. Want to say we're remiss that we don't get to have you counselors here on campus to interact with us and go over things for admissions and the various departments on campus. But I am glad that I have the opportunity to get to discuss admissions and concurrent enrollment and a few things like that with you. So just jumping right into it, as far as admissions goes, the most critical and first part of the process is completing an application for admissions. That process hasn't changed from what you all are probably familiar with. The application is completely online on our homepage under the Apply Online link that's in the middle of the page. That's going to lead you to a page that looks kind of like a login page, but don't be deterred by that. It's actually the first page of the application. And then for all your concurrent students, you'll want to select the first-time user account creation option, which is a little link under the login boxes. So once you select that option, you're going to have the option to select what student type you're going to be. You'll just want to select the concurrent student type, And then from there, you're going to want to make sure that you input complete and accurate information. So that comprehensive and accurate information is going to be vital to getting your application linked up with what will be your C key in your student profile. So one of the things to keep in mind whenever you're applying for admissions or you're having your students apply for admissions is to use a reliable, preferably personal email address. I know a lot of students like to use their high school student email address. There can be some issues that are created with that where a lot of times administratively we're not able to contact students that have used their high school student email address due to the firewalls that are in place. And then once students actually graduate from high school and they need to reset their password or their C key information, they may not have access to that high school student email address anymore. So if you are going to use a high school student email address, it's strongly encouraged to also put a contact phone number in there where the reset information can be sent if that does happen to occur, excuse me. So aside from that, once the application is submitted, that's when we're going to need you to submit the academic documents for admissions. So the things that we need for academic documents are high school transcript, whatever the most recent one is, and a concurrent course schedule and an approved course schedule of courses to take at Connors, and then a signed permission form by the student. And I'll get into the signed permission form a little bit later whenever I discuss the transference of records too. So after documents have been submitted, that's when students are going to need to start looking at setting up their C key and establishing their student email address. That's where the application part comes into play a little bit more. Once the application is actually submitted, a link is sent to the email address that is provided on that application in order for you to link up the student profile with the application. So once that application has been submitted, you'll want to be looking at the email that was provided so that you can actually get the PIN number to set up your C key, get your C key activated. So once your C key is activated and you have your student email address, that's when you need to reach out to an academic advisor through the remote advisement request form. The remote advisement request form is actually found on the website also. Just above where the apply online is at, there's a student resources link near the top middle of the page that will lead you to all the departments on campus. And the first one on there is the academic advising department, and there's an advising link that's listed there under the description of what the academic advising department does. So that advising link is going to lead you to the remote advisement request form. You'll want to complete that form comprehensively as possible, and you're going to be sent a scheduling link to your student email. And take note that that link is going to be sent to your student email, your CSC student email address, and that's going to give you the option of what type of advising appointment you want, whether it may be Zoom, through email, through your Connors student email, or in person. So you're going to have 3 options to choose from, and then you're going to have some times that are available for you to be advised. So that's going to be the next critical component as far as getting scheduled for your classes for the semester. And we want to make sure, of course, I've got a note here that all documents are submitted before advising. So before you're actually able to be advised, you're going to have all your documents in place in order for us to make what's called a permit to enroll form. In admissions, we'll complete that permit to enroll form once we have all the academic documents or sufficient academic documents to make it. And we'll send that over to the advisor in order for them to get your kids plugged into their classes. So after you've made your advising appointment and you've got your course schedule established, students may look to add and drop classes. So as far as adding and dropping classes, we'll need permission from the high school to be sent back to us, allowing the student to add and drop, and then once we have that information, the student will just need to reach back out to an advisor in order to take action on that and actually add or drop courses. And an email can be sent as far as adding and dropping from the student perspective to the advising email address, which is cscadvising@connerstate.edu, and that's where they can actually take action on adding and dropping classes. So that kind of covers the admission side of things for concurrent. And the process that's involved with admissions and advising and actually getting registered in the classes. So then moving forward a little bit, working with the counselors, I know oftentimes I will have interaction with counselors as far as needing midterm grade reports, final grades, or course schedules for students. In order for me to be able to fully facilitate those requests, the permission form from the student is, as I mentioned earlier, what we'll need on file. So we'll need a signed concurrent permission form from the student in order to be able to transfer those records without any restrictions. So if we don't happen to have, as I know now we're working primarily remotely and submitting documents and approvals and things like that through email, if we don't actually have the student form signed, then I can go ahead and send you one of those upon request. So after we have completed concurrent enrollment, some of your students may be looking to join us as a freshman on campus. And the driver for the completion of concurrent enrollment and moving on towards being a freshman at Connors, the first step will be reapplying for admissions. So you may think that you've already applied for admissions, you've been a student at Connors, but in order to actually become a first-time freshman, you'll need to reapply for admissions as such. And it's similar to how you applied as a concurrent student, but this will just be a designation as a first-time freshman attendee. And then from there, as far as documents that are going to need to be submitted, we'll need a final and official high school transcript. And that pretty much kind of covers the breakdown of the admissions and the record and the registrar aspects of concurrent enrollment. If anyone has any questions, you can email me at john.norwood, and that's john.norwood@connorstate.edu, or you can also reach out to Ms. Tasha Stout at tosha.stout@connorstate.edu. I hope that we get some of that information too included in the video, so it may be a little more comprehensive instead of me spelling it out, and you can see that in order to connect with that information. And that's kind of the gist of my presentation. I hope everybody's getting well prepared for the upcoming school year, and I look forward to speaking with you later.
Hi, my name is Jana Rowe. I am the Assistant Director of Financial Aid here at Connors State College. A few things that I wanted to tell you guys about coming up for the upcoming year is scholarship deadlines. Our Regents Tuition Waiver Scholarship deadline is March 31st. So as soon as those get posted back out on our Connors website, you will want to get those filled out and turned in to our office by or before the deadline. I also want to let you guys know about a change on junior concurrent tuition waivers. Those students now only receive 6 hours a year waived on tuition. So if you're taking 6 hours a semester, we are only going to be able to waive that one single semester. So please keep that in mind when you are registering for courses. As a junior concurrent student, that you only get 6 hours a year waived with our institution. As a senior concurrent student, you actually will get up to 18 hours waived a school year. So you do have a little bit more leeway to get more assistance than our juniors do now. But seniors, you can actually get up to 18 hours. I will tell you as well, the new 2021-2022 FAFSA applications will be available again on October 1st of this year. We strongly encourage students to fill those out as quickly as they're available so that you can try to qualify for additional state aid such as OTAG. So we usually say the time frame to fill that out to where you could qualify for that additional funding is between October 1st and December 1st of this year. So you will want to do the 2021-22 FAFSA between October 1st and December 1st to try to get as much assistance as you can. And that FAFSA application will consist of 2019 taxes from your parents, and if you filed a tax return as well in the year 2019, that is what is going to be on the new application. I will tell you as well, due to our current worldwide pandemic going on, if your parents had any sort of income change, income loss, job loss, anything of that nature due to COVID-19, and you would like to speak with one of our counselors about possibly trying to get additional assistance because of the situation that you have been in or are currently in, you will need to provide some documentation to the financial aid office, whether that's here in Warner or at our Muscogee campus, explaining what happened, the duration of the time frame, if your parent is still not currently working during the time that you provide these forms. It is not a guarantee, but we can definitely look at it to see if it's something that we can assist you with to get you more assistance for financial aid for the upcoming year. If you have any questions, especially as it comes time to fill out your FAFSA for the 21-22 year, you're welcome to email us at CSC FINAID, FINAID, at connorsstate.edu, or you're also welcome to call us at 918-463-6310 if you have any questions when it comes time to fill out your FAFSA. Thank you.
Hello, my name is CHRYSTLE Lane. I'm the Executive Director of the Development Foundation here at Connors. The purpose of the foundation is to raise funds for different programs that are on campus, but our primary focus is on connection. You guys know more than anyone how important it is to connect with students as they go through their educational journey. The foundation not only provides scholarships to help students with the financial costs of college, but we stay connected with them throughout their time while they're on campus and after graduation. This year, the foundation is focusing on creating some opportunities through virtual connection to allow our current students to be connected with some of our distinguished alumni. Keep an eye on our website to learn more about those opportunities as they come along. We have changed the scholarship format just a little bit this year. We have about 25 different endowments that offer scholarships for students. In the past, it's been one application that goes and then is submitted for each of those scholarships. That's pretty much going to stay the same, but this year we're asking that students self-identify which scholarships that they wish to be considered for. Among our scholarships, there are some that have preferences for certain majors or for activities that students were part of in high school. And we want to be able to make sure that we are considering students for the right scholarships. That information is due to the office by March 31st, and that can be sent in by mail, email, or fax, and that information is on the application and on the website. If there's any questions that you have, please feel free to contact myself or Brandy through the foundation office, and if there's anything that we can do to help you, we're students, we're happy to do that.
I'm Christina Connor, and I'm the Director of Student Support Services here at Connors State College, and we're really excited to work with your students in our program. Student Support Services is a federally funded program, and we're one of the legs of the TRIO program. Some of your students may already be in either Talent Search or Upward Bound, and those are other parts of the TRIO program. And so your students, if they would like to be in our program, would be automatically admitted to the Student Support Services program because they're already in Talent Search and Upward Bound. We already have some of your wonderful, wonderful students in our program. And so we're excited to have even more of them come in and be able to work with them, have the opportunity to see them succeed and move on. Student Support Services is here to help your students stay, graduate, either go out in the workforce or transfer. And we do that with academic advising, mentoring, tutoring. We have free tutors who are also students in our program. We have cultural activities, campus tours of four-year universities, and we also have grant aid. That's money that students don't have to pay back. This past semester, students who qualified for Grant A received anywhere from $650 to $3,500, and that's money, again, that's in addition to any other aid that they might receive, grants, scholarships, and loans. We work with students who fall into one or more of 3 categories. They're either first generation, they have, both parents have not received a bachelor's degree, so they could have parents who have an associate's degree or some college. We have students who come in and say, well, my mother's a nurse, but they're a nurse, but they may not have a bachelor's degree, so they would qualify for the program. Students who are of limited income, and so we have a chart that we follow, and we look at taxable income. So again, your students might say, well, my parents make too much money. We want to check that and find out for sure, so encourage them to come in and visit with us and find out, and we'll be able to take a look at that and see where they fall. And then the third category are students who have a documented disability on file with our Disability Services Office. And so we work with students who fall into that category, and they don't necessarily have to be one of the other 2 categories. We work with 180 students each year, and so we will accept any student who meets the qualifications, because we want to make sure that students have that opportunity to be successful here at Connors State College and then move on. We're really excited because we just found out yesterday that we have been refunded for the next 5 years. So we'll be here to work with your students. Starting in the fall semester, we'll have events a little bit differently, but we're really excited about that too. We have a great semester of programming available that will be virtual, while we normally might go to the Tulsa Ballet for cultural events. We have a master class scheduled with a Broadway star who is from Oklahoma, and he is going to visit with our students about what it's like to be on Broadway and perform, and so our students are excited about that. We're excited about that. So we have our application where we've just been able to get it to where students can access it online, so we're trying to make it as easy as possible for students to apply. Once your seniors are admitted as students, full-time students to Connors, they can be admitted to our program. So I encourage you to get them to apply to Student Support Services when they apply to Connors State College as full-time regular students, because we'll be ready to start serving them from the minute they get enrolled and have their schedule ready for the fall semester of next year, or summer semester of next year. We start working with students once they graduate from high school. So if you have any questions, the recruiting office will have my contact information. They'll be able to get that to you, or you can just look for it on the website, and we're looking forward to working with you soon.
Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. Fancy meeting you here. So, my name is Rochelle Vanover. I'm the Student Activities Coordinator here at Connors State College. So I'm the one that when your students get here, they're having all of the fun. So events, activities, clubs and organizations, they can come to me and talk about that. I'm also the advisor for the President's Leadership class. So if you've got any leadership students that have good grades, we want them. So encourage them to fill out those applications. They are due March 1st of 2021. It is a tuition scholarship, so they can get money for being a good leader as well as having those good grades. The last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is our Student Government Association. That is something that if your students are interested in government, or if they're interested in learning leadership skills, we want to have them come to our meetings. It looks great on a resume, and they're also the voice of the students, so it's very similar to student council in high school. So if you've got your student council students that are interested, send them our way. You can also get more information about these programs on our Facebook page. We have our Connors State College Campus Live page, where all of the activities as well as SGA and all the clubs and organizations are at. And then our Connors State College President's Leadership class page as well. So, hope to see you soon.
Hey all you cool cats and counselors, my name is Chandler Young. I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment here at Connors State College. For some of you, you might know my name, my face might look familiar. For others, if I have not met you yet, I look forward to the opportunity to do so. I was a graduate of Connors State College in May of 2013. Did a random amount of stuff in between the time, and I am so excited to be back here on the Connors State College campus where I can share the Cowboy family with you and your students. If there's anything that you guys need throughout the year, definitely feel free to send me an email, give me a call, reach out in any way, and I will look forward to working with you guys.
And counselors, we're at the end of our counselor roundup, and you have pretty much been introduced to the majority of our people here that your students are going to immediately come in contact with. I hope it didn't bore you too much. This is valuable information. The good news is you can pause it if you get distracted in your office. You can replay it as many times as you would like. I do want to let you know, for those that completed this entire video, you're going to have to fill out a survey, answer some questions, and I have a gift card for you. So I'm not going to tell you what gift card that is. It'll be a surprise. I do want to go over a couple of things with you all. We have extended our scholarship deadline, as you know. March the 31st is going to be the new deadline for this year, considering the current circumstances. I also want to share with you all, if you haven't already figured this out, that we're not going to have college fairs this year. However, the majority of them are going to be all virtual. For the ones that are going through our Oklahoma College Recruitment Association, also known as OCRA. It was formerly known as OCDNCC, Oklahoma College Day and Night. And so the difference there is pretty much nothing. We just renamed it so we could get away from that title and moved on to the OCRA. The virtual tours, the virtual college fairs will basically be for 1 week, and your students will have the opportunity to log on to computers or cell phones in order to communicate and connect with us. We haven't totally worked out all the kinks just yet, but please be on standby and look at those emails that you're getting from us and from other associations so that we can have that communication going. I don't want to miss out on recruiting to any of your students. And then I want to share with you what type of course delivery that Connors State College will be offering this year for your concurrent students and those students that will be coming in for the fall and for fall 2021 as well. We have online live, meaning that yes, it will be online. However, it's kind of like Zoom, so you'll be able to interact with the teacher or the instructor. We have high flex, which allows for some students to meet face-to-face while accommodating others to participate through the web conference style. We have hybrid. That option is part online, part on campus with some scheduled face-to-face. And then we have just good old face-to-face, of course, with the mask on. So I just want to share with you guys so you can let the students know. I'm excited for this year, although we have some hurdles to get over, but I just feel like it keeps our job from being boring, right? So we're going to do the best that we can. Please allow me and Chandler to come into the schools while we can. I'm begging you so that I can see those students. We're going to try and communicate with them individually. If somehow I can get the students' information, email addresses, phone numbers, that would be great. So I'm winking at you here so you can hook us up. We'll have my email address provided, please. I would like to schedule a Zoom meeting with you all, and I don't know if there's a particular time, but allow for Q&A. I don't know what questions you have because this is kind of one-sided, but I would love to schedule a Zoom meeting. So within that survey, I may take a poll of what days work best for you guys, or I may just schedule one, and if you can get on, that would be great. We are excited for this year. I know I keep saying that, but it's important that you share with your students to please start communicating with us. I know they may be scared because this is kind of like unknown territory for them going to college and getting prepared for these kinds of things. Plus, it's like a year away for the students that you currently have at your high school. But we do have tours available. We're going to mask up, of course, but they can come in and we'll show them around. We'll let them know what we have here, get to meet some of our other students and things like that. And, you know, just let them know that they can email us at any time, get their applications in. I'm going to try and make it as accessible as possible, where they can just go to our website, click on the Student Resources tab up at the very front of our page, and you can too, to gather any information that they're looking for or that they're needing. So, with that said, it was a pleasure meeting you guys and being in front of you for this year. I know I did the council roundup a little bit earlier than normal. Just want to kind of give you a heads up on what we have going on for this year. So, Connor State College, building futures, one at a time.
Hey, all you.
I am also the, oh my gosh.
Cats and counselors. My name is, I can't, okay, no.